Right, I thought I'd share just a few tips on how I work with soft pastel. I'm self-taught, so obviously I'm sure there are better ways or, you know, more professional ways to work with it, but this is how I've been working with it. And for anybody that wants to have a bash with soft pastels and you're a bit worried about drawing hair or fur and trying to make it look realistic, just a few tips. So basically, when I'm looking at any animal, I'm looking at the bone structure of the face. Naturally, when you're looking at hairs, you don't actually see the bone structure, but due to the shape that you can see, individual shapes around the dog's face, it gives you an idea of what the bones and muscle looks like underneath, and also the direction each hair grows. As you can see up the center, they're all pointing upwards, then they're fanning out over the orbit here. So what I'll do is I will look for basic colours for the base, and I work dark to light when I'm working with soft pastel. So I'm looking at shadows and highlights because our eyes work out exactly what we're looking at by looking at a selection or collection of shadows and highlights. So up the centre here, naturally the flesh dips in a little bit, so you can see this little section here is darker than the highlight where the sun's actually hitting his hairs over here. So we've got a nice little V shape, and I'm going to layer down some deeper colours that are the colours you see underneath the hairs that sit on top. I will then really lightly blend them. You don't need to go massively in and blend them, and I've found these silicone blenders. I was using my fingers before, but these are perfect, especially working with little hairs. So blend in the same way the hair was going to grow, gently, and then over the top we have our highlights, which in a dog are going to be the hairs that you can actually see visually. So as you can see, this looks blunt, but I've got a ridge that just about makes a nice sharp hair for me. So if I go over the top now, I take my time, I layer slowly. I probably work a lot slower than most people, that's just the way I work. I don't think you should rush these things. And again, checking to see which way the hairs grow. Up the centre they're quite vertical, but then they're just slightly fanning out over here. And again, up the centre. If any of them are too sharp, you can again blend them out gently and let the pastels do the work for you, because once you use one of these, I've got the white ones are a lot softer. You can get really nice blends, so it looks a bit more natural if some of them are a little bit too sharp. But then if you want a really sharp hair, obviously the sharper you get the point of your pencil, if you want something that's a real highlight, you can get a really nice sharp vivid highlight. I'm using Unison Colour Soft pastels for all the base and for most of the hairs because I can use the ridge, and I'm using Caran d'Ache pastel pencils over the top for hairs, and a few Faber-Castell because I've got such an amazing selection of pastels, Faber-Castell ones. Hope that tip helps a little bit. Pick up the pencils and have a go. If I can do it, anybody can do it.